What's up my people, you are in the place for Triple D conversation. My name is Tristan Deves and today we have plenty of packages to open for you guys just to show you what we could possibly add to our Triple D collection. Now most of these are probably just going to end up in my binder anyway and do absolutely nothing for the rest of their lives, but other than that it's kind of some nice cards just to go through and just kind of explore the potential within the deck itself. We don't have our big knife this time, instead we've got this small kitchen knife just because I've moved houses and I haven't brought everything with me. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So package number one, we have got a Resonator Cool. So I've actually been trying to introduce myself to the Resonator class. Now Resonators themselves aren't actually that useful and are very difficult to play around. However, I kind of thought to myself, when we're looking at cards within the DDD deck itself, you're looking at stuff like Lamia, which is a tuner. Now, we can't actually utilize Lamia every single turn, and we don't always have Lamia every single turn. But Resonators themselves are almost all majority tuners and all with different levels, so there is some advantage to having a different level tuner in your deck. Now obviously we have things like DDD Ghost or DDD Night Howl, but they are very situational and you also can't pull them every single turn. With Resonator Cool, it adds one Resonator monster from your deck to your hand. Now this is obviously very good in terms of adding a Resonator monster to your hand, but the best part about it is it's not once per turn, which I find absolutely fantastic. So Resonator Cool is my first choice, and I think it's quite a nice card to add to the list. So next up, there we are. We've got Dragon Buster of Destruction Sword. I've been meaning to get my hands on a playset of these for a long time. Dragon Buster Destruction Sword is perfect because it's a dark monster, so we can utilize the Layer of Darkness with it. Also the fact that it's a level 1 and the fact that it's a tuner is very nice. Now not only that, you also have the potential to play in your deck a BLS, obviously the Link monster, which does mean you can utilize the effect generally, or you could go into something like a Union Carrier and then go for an attachment there. So again, very nice cards, but it does stray away from the archetype. So up next we have ourselves that Union Carrier. Now Union Carrier, as I said, very easy monster to get out as well. Two monsters with the same type of attribute. Now if we're only playing Darks and we're only playing Fiends, obviously that's perfect. But if we are playing stuff like Dragons in here, it doesn't matter because this is the card we're going to choose to equip to this monster. The downside for Union Carrier is it cannot be utilized as Link material the turn it's special summoned. So you are kind of stuck with it. I'm sure there are ways to get it off the field and ways to actually utilize maybe some way to destroy it. But at the end of the day, it is just for a stun play, so if you can stun your opponent by special summoning and utilizing its effect straight away, perfect. Up next we have Resonator Commands. Now Resonator Commands is very situational, but it's discard one Resonator monster, add one level 4 or lower Fiends monster from your deck to your hands, and you can only activate one of these per turn. So this is an extender. It's very good because it means you can utilize this card instead of actually utilizing your Dark Contract at the gate. It does require you to discard one Resonator monster. Obviously if you had Resonator Cool in hand, you can draw that Resonator monster in the first place, so you have more potential to get your Resonator monsters. Now the downside of these cards is they don't actually allow you for optimal plays, and that's why I'm kind of deciding a little bit more against using them. I've done a few test plays. I did want the collection of them themselves because they are a nice draw engine, but they are very, very weak. Going on to our next cards. We have our Triple D Oracle King Dark. Now I have multiple copies of this, and I don't actually know if you can see this on camera. So this card itself is a misprint, and that's what I love about it. I've been collecting quite a few misprints lately, and I just think having an extra one to my collection is fantastic. So as you can see, the name is slightly shifted. Now I won this actually on an eBay bidding war, and fantastic, got it in just at the last moment. I was watching it for about 9 days in total, just to make sure I got this. Now, that being said, if you guys have any other misprints out there and you are looking to get rid of, please contact me on my socials. Because I am looking to extend my collection. At the moment, I have my Stone King Darius, my No Names misprint. Again, won this in a bidding war. Obviously, the generic Gilgamesh. I have another Gilgamesh that's on the way, which is a lower misprint, so the name itself has gone down. I have a very, very, very hard to see DDD Ragnarok, which is actually a miscut at the very bottom, but you need a magnifying glass to see it. Going on to the next one. we've got ourselves our Synchron Resonator. This is the best Resonator monster in the Resonator archetypes, in my opinion, due to the fact that it can be special summons whenever a Synchron monster is on the field. Also, it can bring back a Resonator monster from the graveyard and add it to your hand, except your... Alright, last card I've got for you guys today is going to be the Red Resonator. Now, I was going to go for the Crimson Resonator, but I believe the Red Resonator has a lot more potential due to the fact that it has a little bit of a better effect. This one does have the ability to special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hands when this card is normal summoned. So I did like that potential. Alongside also, when this card is special summoned, you can gain life points equal to the attack of one of your monsters. So I'll say this in almost every video, but there are always cards that can be better than these. I really like the concept of using Union Carrier to attach a Dragon Buster Destruction Sword to one of my monsters, preventing your opponent from utilizing their extra deck. I really like that concept of stun. Now, when I'm making a stun deck profile, I'm definitely going to be using this card. This guy is obviously going to be sitting in my binder, just chilling with the rest of the crew. My Resonators, again, I do think they're pretty dope, and there is definitely potential there, but I don't think the draw engine is strong enough to be utilizing so many cards in your deck that you could pull but are not actually being used straight away for it to be an optimal play. With that being said, guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.